Gentlemen, that last exercise was a disaster. Donuts, these submarine things of yours don't work. Goring, Air Forces, pa. We want tanks, tanks, and more tanks. Okay, everyone, welcome back. Okay, um, that last game did not go as I expected. So, oops. Um, so we're going to go back, restart from the beginning, and change our priorities. So let's just exit that. So, first things first, we're going to Rhineland. Azoink, good. Technology, pretty standard, I think. So, basic machine tools, construction, um, electronic engineering, and right. And he says to himself, doctrine. Let's make sure we've got the doctrines going. Okay, that's good. Civilian factories. How many does it give? 4 oil. Okay, so let's not piddle around. Let's get as much of that as we can, and then I'll watch of military factories. Good. Right, that should keep you busy for a while. Right, military factories. Support equipment. Artillery. More artillery. I'll just keep that trundling over. Trucks are good. Fighters are good. Close support are good. Tactical bombers may. I will build the naval bombers because we like them. We'll put that right up the top. In fact, and we'll cut down your artillery by a little. Well done. Okay. Right. Submarines. Pa. Right. You're all going into the Kriegsmarine. We'll have one convoys just to keep that going. You're the Kriegsmarine as well. And then put it all. We'll have some light cruisers as well. Okay, so we'll finish off the Scharnhorst, these two ships. We'll build some convoys and we'll build some light cruisers and we'll see what that happens. But we're not prioritising the Navy at all. Okie dokie. That's pretty much it. Let's get the game running. So I'm not going to try anything funky. We're just going to go with a pretty normal setup. Except I want to try this. Let me just pause. Right. I think we can churn out infantry. So, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Thank you. Right, let's just finish this off. So this is infantry. 36, that'll do. Now, I may specialise it so I have somebody with anti-tank, things like that, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, that's fine. Edit, we'll just call that Panzer. Rename, excellent. You are just going to go motorised. Good. Update. Right. Your mountain. Actually, I should be able to leave the game running, but I'm just always afraid there's going to be something exciting that happens. And your police. Right, excellent. Okay. That's fine. Right. We'll let that go. I'm not going to bother assigning units at the moment. We'll do that later when we need to. Quick swig of coffee for luck. Well, let me set up the front at least. Okay. Now, I want to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. Pause. Right, so a new army. This is going to be the Western Front. Okay, and this is going to be under what is offensive Rundstedt. Right, and what we'll do is another one over here, which is Poland, and that's going to be under von Cluj. Okay, so you've got that, and we'll make a new theatre. Whoops, god damn it. So Poland, we'll make a new theatre, as I said. That'll be OB East. And that'll be OB South. Come here. Oh, no, you've come here, right? OB West, excuse me. Lovely. Right, okay, so, von Rundstedt. Right, you're going to be responsible for the following borders. There, 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 and there, right? So, give you some divisions there, some divisions there, some divisions there, some divisions there. Okay. Right, I'll give you as well. Okay. So select all, and I'm going to give you an offensive line all the way along there to Paris. Okay, right. So I'm intrigued now what will happen. Right, so you guys are assigned to it. So select all, and you're all on that offensive line. But then it won't cover the other areas. Right, okay. We'll see what happens. Right. Put a new army. Put that under modal. This will be the Czech front. Okay. Do that. And that. Thanks. Okay. Off we pop. Right. I thought we were training. Why didn't that name stick? Is it Ari? Infantry? No, that doesn't look right. No, in fact, it's that. Haha! Right, okay, so we'll train one of you. Have you coming out here. And you're going to be assigned to the Western Front. Okay, right. So, right, there are no divisions assigned to these fronts, so I'm intrigued what the AI is going to do. Right, when it starts getting units assigned. Right, in fact, I'll train as well. Right, I'm going to train mountain, and I'm going to train police. So you're coming out. Pause. Right, Rhineland. Okay, I'm going to put in national focuses, so I'm going to go for army innovations first. The reason is so I can then get the deal with the Soviets, assuming they agree, and then start churning out Panzer IIIs. Here, it's refinery construction, we'll go to him. Right. So we're short of everything really, rubber and oil, but that's why we're spewing out thingamajig, what's its refineries. Okay, let's go. Right, so Spanish Civil War. Right, we're not going to intervene, and I'm not going to waste any of my equipment. Alright, so we're in the middle of doing that, so that's Western Front. Assign that to there just for the moment, but we'll do something about it later. Right, and what I'm going to do is edit my infantry, and I'm going to issue artillery. Save. Okay, so we're going to issue 2 artillery batteries. Or battalions, I should say, shouldn't I? Right, so. Right, that's all fine. Right, how are we doing? Artillery was short, but not by that much. That's quite interesting. So, we need infantry equipment and support are coming out quite nicely. So, we'll leave that for the moment. Now we do need to get the army up so we can Anschluss. Right, so you've got that, so I'll take that. Thank you. That gives us a research bonus, I think. Right, so let me just... I'm going to train up some more units. Right, just one-offs. They're short of artillery, so we may have to spew them out. Right, that's too many. Right. Now again, we're going to issue a second artillery, what's it, to our infantry, so we do need a lot of artillery. So the idea is, once we've got up a lot of artillery, we'll then switch those production lines onto Panzer IIIs. That sounds convincing. Okay, Model, right, you're more than happy that you can get Czechoslovakia, that's good. Right, that's Abyssinia gone. Right. Shortage of 60, so I mean that's really quite impressive. Right, so we've got army innovations, so treaty with the Russians, modify the government, and I'll put in Funk. Right, that's good. We can issue something else to our infantry divisions. Edit, add, recon. Thank you. Right. And these new guys, you're coming out there. Oh, you're coming out there, but you're going to be assigned again to there. So I want to see if he fills out what happens with these extra divisions as they come in. Basic machine tools, good. Okay, we're in 36, so we'll go for concentrated industry. Okay, how's our... Right, we're about to get a refinery coming out. Okay, good. I think what I'll do is I'll change the order of these slightly, just to get some more military factories. Okay, infantry equipment's okay. Trucks is okay. Support is okay. Alright. Okay. Da, da, da. Right. Okay, so we're about to get to construction, and the treaty with the Russians won't be long. Right. Now, what are we going to take? We're going to take that, obviously. Okay. I'll be intrigued if the AI priorities mountain divisions on the Maginot Line. I always do that, but... Right, treaty with the USSR. Okay, details. Okay, Army Innovations 2. Right, that gives me another boost for the Panzer III. So I'm going to take that. So that'll get us, I think, 100% bonus for the Panzer III. Okay. Right, divisions are about to pop. Right, modify government. Right, there's no more political advisors I want. World tension's not enough to do anything interesting. What I'll do is I'll put a tank designer in. Like speed and reliability. I normally take man, but let's do this. Right. So the theory there might be that we can keep the Panzer IIIs in service long enough. If I keep modifying them, that they'll still be able to compete against, say, T-34s. I don't know if that's a good theory, but we're going to go with it. Right. Okay, so that's good. So these guys have been allocated, but they've not been applied to the battle plan. Right. Okay, so that's interesting. And they're putting a mountain division there. Really? You think that's a good idea, von Rundstedt? Okay, I'll take your word for it. I think you're a fool, but we'll take your word for it. Okay, so we're now up to a surplus of artillery. Right, so we're going to get another 5 army experience. We'll modify the infantry template to have 2 artillery batteries. Or battalions, sorry. I've been playing too much Civil War. Right. Okay, army innovations. Excellent. Right, let's get on with this whole industrialization lark. We've got more army experience. Excellent. So, infantry. Right, you get swapped out with artillery. That takes us to width 20. Perfect. I'll change that, but I don't need to do that yet. What I can do with our other 15 is go into our mountain divisions and issue artillery to you as well. Oh no, hang on. As well. Save. Right. And I'll put in more mountaineers. Save. So we'll give them another 2 battalions of mountaineers, and then that'll be them done once we've finished out the extra stuff there, the support companies. Right, good. Okay, so we need an extra 800. God, we're churning out the artillery. That's fantastic. Okay, we've now got delay, so we'll immediately now switch to Panzer IIIs. So Panzer IIIs, we're going to modify them. They're going to be in service a long time, I think. Right. Right, our oil and rubber is fine chromium. Oh, modify government. Put theorist in and it'll be Guderian. Right. Okay, well done. Right. Okay, so the AI von Rundstedt is filling out these fronts. That's good. Right, so let's try this. If I select all of them and issue them to that plan, right, they come off those borders. Okay. Right. Okay, so we're 36 still. We're coming up to 37. So I'm just going to go straight on here. So we'll take that to give us extra goodies. We'll take take that. I hadn't realised we'd already gone on to improve machine tools. It was a little bit too early, but hey ho. Right, how are we doing here? So we've now got Rice Autobahn, excellent. Right, straight onto West Wall. So we'll go down the industrial path, get that going, and then we'll move on to the normal air innovations 2, and that then gets us the extra research slot. Okay. Right, how are we doing Anschluss wise? So we can't take that because we only have we don't have 550,000 men deployed. We have a look here. We have 361, so I need another 100 or so, or 150. Right, train there. You're going to be allocated again to von Rundstedt. That's fine. Right, so we've got improved machine tools. Let's just pause. Right, that's to improve equipment conversion. That's nice. Let's have a look. Right, in terms of production. Right. So we don't extract very much chromium. So a 10% boost is a 10% of very little. Oil and rubber are looking much better. Right, we're going to be short of tungsten very soon. Okay, so the extraction technology may not be worth it. Right, it's too early for any of the 1938 techs. We could do radio, it's always good. Let's check. We don't really need to take that because we're not going to be fighting anybody. Got a discount there, but okay, let's finish off the 36 techs there. Right. Okay, how are we doing here? Gosh. But that's still only 156 days of deficit, so artillery production is very efficient. Yeah, it's very efficient with lots of factories allocated. But okay, so we've got that industrial effort, s'il vous plaît. we've got more political power. Let's go with that. Okay, we make our change to our mountain divisions. Issue another mountaineer. Save. Right. So one more mountaineer, and they are now, aside from support divisions, the way we want them. Or support companies. Rightly ho. Did those new divisions? Yeah, we allocated them to Van Rundstedt. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's alright. Panzer 3s. Panzer 3s. Right. Now we have all these Panzer 2 chassis that we're not going to use, so I think I will do the same as I did last time. In that I'm going to go with grills. Oh no, Wesps, that's it. Grills is the medium chassis. Right, so production. I want Panzer 3's there. Go over to that. That's fine. Okay. Right, support equipment, how are we doing? That's not bad. Right, trucks is it? Okay, so let's reduce. Right, I'll take you down slightly. Take you down slightly. Take you down quite a lot. Right, we don't have enough tungsten now to do that, so I'm going to trade for 2 lots of tungsten. Right. Sweden, thank you. In fact, I'm going to go for another one, because we're going to ramp up our production, so I'm going to grab all the Swedish exports before they give them to somebody else, because we wouldn't want that. Okay. So the game is warning us that we don't have, nobody's using medium tanks, that's fine. So now I have Wesps, that's excellent. So what I'll do is I'll start up a new production line of self-propelled artillery. That's going to be a conversion, and we'll put that up at the top. So as soon as we get a new military factory, it'll go to Wesps. Right. Could research that. That seems insane. We do need these, but we don't need them yet. Support companies would be nice, but I don't have the army experience to deploy them, so I don't need them. Tanks we've done. Artillery, yeah, let's just finish off here. Okay. So you see, the deficit here. The artillery seems to be very efficient for us to produce. Can we actually? So we can't, not yet. If I deploy all those troops, yeah, we're still not sure how big's the army. Find me the army. Let's see if we're close to that. Oh, we're awfully close. Right, so if you deploy, you deploy, and you deploy. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. Excellent. Right. Means we'll need to do a little bit of training with some of von Rundstedt's forces, but no big deal. Right, okay, so far so good. Right, well, we'll continue this episode. We'll get to the Anschluss, and then we'll move on to the next one. Or we'll put a break. Excavation and concentrated industry. Good. No pause. Right, okay, let's get. So we're still on 37. We get a discount to that, but. Possibly, right. Anyway, let's take that. And. We're doing that. 2 LF any of that. Land Doctrine we're doing. We need these, but I don't know if I need them yet. I'm awfully tempted to rush that. Oh, no, it would take too long. That's dumb. Right, let's pick up these. Right. Did I finish off the mountain troops? I did not. Right, congratulations, you get a new battalion. Excellent. Many happy mountaineering to you. Right, let's have a look at our production. So infantry equipment is going nicely. Motorized, we've got good stockpile. Support is coming up nicely. Details. Right, nothing there we want. We're too far ahead. That's the obvious one, but not 100% convinced. Right, there. Oh, and we can do that. Material designer. Do that. Okay. So I think we'll then save some of our points, political points, to change our production laws. So we should be able to get that up in a wee second. Anschluss. Right, Japanese build up. There we are. Excellent. Right, so off camera what I'll do is I'll switch all the Austrian units over to the new standard designs. Just sort of tidy up the templates there. Let's just move you over to there. Good. That's fine. So, join me next time, and it'll be the Sudetenland, and then what you would call it, Poland. That's right, Poland. I should really know the name of that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Join me next time.